Hi everybody. If you haven't practiced with me before, I'm Teresa, and if you are one of my regulars, know how very much I have missed you, and I'm glad that we have some options to practice together again. So this is the first YouTube sequence that I'm doing for you. I hope to do 1 or 2 a week, and then we will be doing Zoom Live at regular class times, Monday 9:30 for level 1 and Tuesday 11:30 for gentle. So what we're going to do today is something that I've taught in the past called travel sequence, because when people go on vacation, they don't like to completely lose their yoga, so there's a format that you can sort of design your own practice, and you can make it 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you can make it an hour, whatever you want to do. So I guess we're not traveling, so it works equally well as a home practice sequence. So we'll be doing Yogi's Choice home practice sequence today. And I'm shooting for somewhere in the 30-minute ballpark, but with me talking more this time, it may run past that. But as I said, you can totally control it for yourself. So the format for this practice is this. As always, you begin with centering, just starting to arrive on your mat, setting your intention, maybe a breathing technique, pranayama, and then we move into something called SSB Fit. Easy to remember. So the S stands for sun breaths. The second S is standing poses, any standing poses that you choose. B is for back bends, 1 or 2 back bends. F is for forward folds. I is an inversion of choice. T is the twist, so that's SSB Fit. And then we move into Savasana. So it just gives you a nice little guideline or recipe, if you will, for your home practice. And I left out warm-ups. So we center, we set our intention, and then just do a few warm-ups of choice, and then move into SSB Fit. So we'll do just exactly that right now. So from easy seat, get the sitting bones grounded. Maybe you're sitting on the edge of a blanket or a beach towel. If you have a block at home, maybe you sit on the edge of your block. Get those sitting bones grounded. Give the shoulders a couple rolls up and back, and then the other direction. And then let the hands come to the thighs, palms down for grounding if you feel that's what you need, or open for gathering energy if that's more where you are today. So beginning to feel a long line of energy from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. Finding your first cleansing breath, a big deep breath in the nose, and sigh it out the mouth. And maybe take one more just like that. And then begin breathing in the nose, out the nose, just very smoothly, gently, not trying to control the breath right now. Beginning to notice how your physical body is feeling today. Noticing the thoughts, the emotions, the energies that came with you to the mat with no judgment. And then beginning to tune into the breath. Following the breath as you inhale through the nostrils, feeling a coolness, and exhale through the nostrils, feeling a warmth. And just continue that slow, steady, even breath. As thoughts come, which they always do, just gently push them aside and bring your focus back to the breath. The breath is always our anchor to the present moment. And now more than ever, it's important that we stay present. So as you continue that breath, I'll share with you one of my favorite centering quotes. If you've practiced with me, you have surely heard it. So as I say each sentence, I'll ask you to just silently or out loud, if you choose, repeat it to yourself. I release all fear, doubt, worry, and anxiety in me now. I am magnetic to my highest purpose. I move through my day with ease, grace, and gratitude. As we begin to find a place of calm and peace, feeling that breath become a little more easeful, arriving on the mat, letting go of whatever we need to let go of. Set your personal intention for today's practice, something you want to invite more of into your life right now, or something that you know you need to let go of. And then we'll bring hands together at heart center, and we'll find another big cleansing breath to join our energies for practice. Inhaling through the nose, and a big exhale through the mouth. Floating the eyes open, releasing the hands to the thighs. So now we'll move through a few warm-ups, and as I said, you can do anything you want. So if I were actually with you in class, I would be saying, somebody tell me your favorite warm-ups, and that's the way we would do it. So I guess this is more like teacher's choice than yogi's choice today, but you get the drift here. So we'll begin with just finding some little bobblehead motions of the head here, finding some circles in one direction, maybe about 3 rounds in one direction. And then a few rounds in the other direction. And then we'll bring fingertips to the shoulders and do a little bit of shoulder release. So just bringing the arms forward. And then taking them in the opposite direction. Next we'll do a little side opening that we often do. So grounding the left hand by the left hip, inhaling that right arm up and overhead, arm alongside the ear, gaze is either up or down, whichever feels better for your neck today. And then exhaling that right hand down, inhaling the left arm up and over. Smooth, steady breath in and out the nose. Exhaling the left hand down. Find one more on each side. And now bring arms forward, interlacing the fingers except for the index fingers and the thumbs. Some people call this the Charlie's Angel mudra. So find that, and then just lean forward and then begin making some circles. So we're getting some movement for the spine and for the hips here. So just slow circles all the way around. And next time you come through center, reverse the direction. Some people call this the butter churn pose, so you can make up your own name. And then just come back to neutral, hands on the thighs. And from here, either rolling over the ankles or coming to either hip to find your way to tabletop. And I'm going to turn to this side now. So we'll move into just a few cats and cows because they're so nice for the spine. And I meant to tell you when we started, if you wanted to light your own candle or put some soft music on, that might be a nice thing to do for this practice. If you have a blanket or a beach towel. Maybe you would like to put that under the knees for a little bit of extra padding here. And then coming to hands and knees, pressing down through the hands, fingers lightly spread, pressing into the top of the feet. We'll find our cats and cows. So inhaling, and on the exhale, chin tucks to chest, tailbone tucks, upper back rounds into our cat. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, belly drops, chest forward, and gaze up for cow. Exhaling, tailbone tucks, chin tucks to chest, rounding that upper back for cat. And inhaling, tailbone lifts, belly drops, chest forward, and gaze up for cow. Finding one more of each with your breath. As you know, you can add in any additional movement that you want to here. And then we'll all come back to tabletop. So from here, we'll step one foot forward between the hands, tucking the toes of the left foot, stepping that left foot forward. I think I'm going to have to keep playing with where I am on the mat for you to see me. So we'll come to standing. With hands at heart center, inhaling arms up and overhead with a gentle lean back, moving into our sun breaths. Exhaling, hands through heart center, hinging at the hips into a forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway with a flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms out to the sides, up overhead, palms together, gentle lean back. Exhaling, coming through heart center, hinging at the hips into our forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway with a flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms out to the sides, reaching overhead, palms together, gentle lean back. Exhaling, coming through heart center, hinging at the hips into our forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway with a flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, arms overhead, gentle lean back. And then we'll move into half moon pose. So grasping left wrist with right hand, exhaling, finding your side bend to the right. Arm alongside the ear, gaze up or down as you choose. Inhaling upright, grasping right wrist with left hand, and exhaling to the left. Inhaling upright, exhaling, hands to heart center. So that was our first standing pose. Now we'll go into, I think we'll go into a tree warrior one, a warrior three, warrior one sequence that we've done many times before. So with hands at heart center, begin to bring your focus, your attention into that right foot and leg. Begin to find a place for the toes, left toes along the right foot. Maybe they're just grazing the ankle. Maybe they're on the calf. Some of you may have that foot up on the thigh. So wherever you are is perfectly fine. And the knee goes out to the side here. So we have a little bit of strengthening going on, as well as a little bit of hip opening, a little bit of balance, a little bit of focus in our tree pose. And if you would like to do something more with the arms, you know that you can go into goddess arms, or you can go into tree branch arms, or hands can stay right there at the heart. So just a few breaths here. And then beginning to bring that left knee back towards center and start gradually tipping out into your warrior three. And again, maybe toes are on the floor behind you. Maybe that leg is lifted a little or a lot. Maybe you add something with the arms. A few breaths here. And then stepping that left foot back one comfortable step. Toes angled out toward the top of the mat. Hip points square to move us into our warrior one. The arms lift alongside the ears, bending into that right knee, knee over ankle. And maybe you find a little bit of a back bend here, reaching through the fingers with shoulders soft, and gaze where the line of the wall and the ceiling meet for your drishti, your focal point. Coming out, inhaling, straightening, exhaling, arms around behind the back, grasping opposite elbows. Inhaling, opening the heart and gazing upward. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, out over that front leg. Shoulders slide down and back. Belly is contracted. And gaze is down at the big toe. Coming out, inhaling, lifting, hands come to hips, and left foot steps forward to join the right. Maybe a little empty sleeves motion here. And then just preparing to take that little sequence to the other side. So beginning to get grounded in the left foot and leg, sending your focus, your concentration there, bringing hands to either hips or heart center, finding your focal point, your drishti, something not moving. And then right foot begins to find its place along the left leg. And maybe there's a little wobbling going on. There is for me today. So that's perfectly fine. You can step down and step back in, or as I said, the toes can be by the ankle to begin with. So strength, stability, focus, hip opening, and a little balance. Bringing that knee back to the midline and starting to find your tip out into Warrior 3. I think I'm going to kick the cabinet behind me. Finding your Warrior 3. And you also can have a grounded Warrior 3, as you guys know. Maybe you put a block or blocks or a pillow in front of you, or just have your hands on the floor. Another breath in and out here. And then wherever you are, stepping that right foot back, one comfortable stride, toes pointing out toward the top of your mat. Inhaling, arms up alongside the ears. Exhaling, bending into that left knee, knee over ankle. Finding your drishti here. Again, maybe it's where the wall and the ceiling meet. Giving you just a little bit of a back bend here. Hips are square. Coming out, inhaling, straightening the left leg, exhaling, arms around behind, grasping opposite elbows. Inhaling, opening the heart and gazing upward. Exhaling, hinging at the hips, out over that front leg. Belly is contracted. Shoulders down and back. Smooth, steady breath. Coming out, inhaling, straightening, hands to hips, and exhaling, right foot comes forward to join the left. I'm just as goofy on YouTube as I am in front of you guys in class. So that's going to conclude our standing poses. Again, as I said, you could do any standing poses that you chose. You can put some chairs in. You can put a Warrior 2 sequence in. So that's the beauty of this Yogi's Choice practice. So from here, we're going to step to the top of the mat with hands at heart center. And what we're going to do now is move through our forward fold, downward dog, and a little mini vinyasa of child's pose, and then into our back bend. So with hands at heart center, inhaling, arms up and overhead with a gentle lean back. Exhaling, coming through heart center, hinging at the hips into a forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway with a flat back. Exhale and fold. Hands frame the feet. Left foot steps far back, followed by the right. Hips come toward the ceiling as heels come toward the floor, and head is heavy between the arms. Our downward facing dog pose, working all the large muscle groups. Maybe you pedal the feet out a little bit here. Maybe you bend the knees deeply and come back up. A couple repetitions there. And then inhaling to the knees, exhaling back to any version of child's pose that you choose. Just finding a breath or two there. And then inhaling out into teacher's choice today is going to be Sphinx pose, but you could choose any back bend you like. So for Sphinx pose, you all know elbows are slightly in front of shoulders, feet together or apart, as you like. And you can either close the eyes or maybe you find a focal point just out beyond the end of your mat. Our Sphinx pose helps to reestablish the lumbar curve that we lose just over the course of time, and also from the fact that we do way too much sitting in our culture. Inhale, and on your exhale, take your gaze over the right shoulder, back toward the feet. And then inhale back through center, exhale, taking the gaze to the left. Inhale back to center. And exhale everything to the mat, making a pillow for your head with the forearms. Just find a few nice deep belly breaths here and feel that breath moving all the way around to the back. And then lower the forehead to the mat. Bring the hands to the mat. Press into the hands, coming up to seated, swinging the legs around to Dandasana, staff pose. So getting those sitting bones grounded again, finding a nice tall spine, and we'll find a forward fold. So we'll do our one leg forward fold, Janu Shirshasana, and when we're in class, you know that we have the option of using a strap. If you have a strap at home, maybe you would use that, or placing a block under the foot to be a little more accessible. Those are not necessary, but just options if you have them there. So begin to hug that left leg in close to the body, open the knee, and let the sole of the foot come to the inner thigh. The right foot is flexed toward the body. It's nice and active. Hands are alongside the hips. Inhaling with a tall spine, arms overhead, and then exhaling, leading with the heart out over that extended leg. Smooth, steady breaths here. Letting the exhales be a little longer than the inhales, which helps to cleanse the lungs and also helps signal the body to release. With those exhales, sometimes we find that the body releases a little bit more. Also a good time to just silently repeat your personal intention, something that you want to invite more of into your life, or something that you want to release. Coming out, inhaling arms up and overhead, exhaling hands to the mat, and switching sides. Left leg extends long, hugging the right leg in, knee opens, sole of foot comes to the inner thigh. Nice tall spine, inhaling arms up and overhead, exhaling, leading from the heart, out over that extended leg. Smooth, steady breaths. In the nose, out the nose. Exhales a little longer. Maybe feeling a little more release on that exhale. Coming out, inhaling arms up and overhead, and exhaling hands to the mat. From here, so we've had a back bend, a forward bend, we had our standing sequence, we had centering and warm-ups. So from here we're going to find our way to our backs. And if you have a block at home, you might want to go ahead and get that block, because when we come down, we're going to do a little rock side to side and then move into a bridge or a supported bridge. So that's why you might want your block or a pillow from the sofa maybe. So coming to your back, either coming down one vertebrae at a time or just using the support of the forearms to get there. And when you do get there, hugging the knees into the chest, finding a little gentle rock side to side. And then letting the feet find the mat, walking those heels back a little closer to the body. Maybe your fingertips brush the heels here. If you have that block, you can put it under the sacrum. If you don't have the block, that's fine too. We don't have to have that. So pressing into the feet with knees and feet pointing straight ahead. Inhaling and then exhaling, lifting those hips. Maybe you interlace the fingers and bring the hands together under the back if you're doing an unsupported bridge. And just a few breaths here. Another shape actually that's good for the back, also good for digestion. And then if you're in an unsupported bridge, begin to gently lower the back down. If you have your block, you are staying on your block and beginning to find your inversion of legs up the wall. If you don't have the block, then we can still do legs up the wall, just bringing those legs up straight. So whatever is your option today. Maybe you find a little bit of movement in the feet, the ankles. Maybe make a fist with the toes and then spread those toes wide. Our inversion releases the pull of gravity, eases circulation in the lower extremities. And is another signal to the body to activate the relaxation response. Very important for us now. So at some point, just moving into stillness in your legs up the wall shape. We'll be doing this for just a few more breaths, but at home you can hold your legs up the wall as long as you choose. And it's especially good to use in the evening when you're winding down and getting ready for sleep. Begin to rebend the knees toward the chest. Let the feet find the floor. Walk your feet the width of your mat, and we'll find a windshield wiper for our twist today. So letting the knees fall to the left and your gaze go to the right. And just being there for a breath or two. And then bringing knees through center, letting them drop to the right as your gaze goes to the left. And maybe your arms are out in a T shape. Maybe you've got goalpost or cactus arms here. Whatever would feel good for your arms and shoulders. So finding just a couple more repetitions of your windshield wipers. And then the next time you come through center, extend the legs long. Inhale the arms up and overhead, reaching through the fingers, reaching through the toes, creating all the space you can. And then exhale, arms down by your sides, and begin to find your shape for Savasana, our final pose. For many of you, that will be lying on your back with legs opened a little bit, toes turned out, arms just comfortable by your sides with palms up. Some of you like Shavasana on your side. Some of you like to go back into legs up the wall. Yogi's choice. But wherever you are, let the eyes be closed, the face soft, beginning to let go of all the muscular work of your practice today. Finding some relaxation in the feet, the ankles, the calves. Relax the thighs. Feel the hips heavy, grounded. Relax the belly and chest, the shoulders, and feel the relaxation flow down the arms into your hands and fingers. Relax all the muscles of the back, feeling any tension melt away. Relax the back of the neck. Find some small movement of the head side to side, and then come back to center. Let go of any tightness in the jaw. Open and close the mouth a time or two, finding a stretch for the facial muscles. Relax the cheeks. Soften the eyes, the eyelids. Relax the brows, the forehead, and the scalp. Feeling the sensation of the entire body relaxed. Allow yourself to rest here completely in the peace of Shavasana. Begin to deepen the breath, starting to return awareness to the room. Inviting some small movement into fingers, toes, arms and legs. Maybe finding a cleansing breath or a big stretch. And then as you're ready, beginning to very mindfully and gently make your way back to any comfortable seat. When you arrive, bringing hands to heart center with eyes closed or gaze down. Taking a moment to feel the effects of your practice today. To silently repeat your intention once more here. Thinking about how you can take it off the mat into your daily life. I release all fear, doubt, worry, and anxiety in me now. I am magnetic to my highest purpose. I move through my day with ease, grace, and gratitude. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you all for practicing today. I hope to see you again on the mat, whether it's Zoom or another YouTube. I hope this practice will be helpful for you to customize and make your own. Thank you guys. Peace, love, yoga.